guys, welcome back to another video. So, welcome to my garden. It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. I have to think of the day. It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon and I thought I'll bring you outside because, hey, it's still summer. Boats.
911, what's your emergency?
There's a woman. There's a body.
A woman's body, sir?
She's here. Not all of her. Not all of her.
Calm down, sir. Can you tell me if the woman is breathing?
She has her tail. She has no face.
I ran out of lettuce, so one of the sandwiches. This one, especially kale.
I'm Ingrid Mendoza, and you're in Killer Country.
Anyway,
this week, we're diving into the bizarre death of Mirabelle Diaz. Mirabelle dreamed of becoming a Hollywood actress, but trapped in the small seaside town of Mystic Bay, Florida, her options were limited. She'd book an occasional used car commercial or a clown at a child's birthday party, but legitimate opportunities were few and far between. Eventually, however, Mirabelle found a path to acting in an unexpected place, Wild Tides Water Park. There, Mirabelle donned a long silver tail and a shimmering on Tube Top. 5 days a week. Rain or shine, she'd swim in a massive glass tank, smiling at tourists and posing for pictures. At wild tides, Mirabelle became Miss Mirabelle, the magic mermaid of Mystic Bay. Then, on August 24th, 2012, everything changed. Hurricane Braden tore through Mystic Bay, destroying 65 homes, 34 Shake Shacks, and leaving at least one person missing. Mirabelle Diaz. Frank Wild. The longtime owner of Wild Tides Water Park was among the last to see her alive.
She was a pretty redhead. Some say she had web feet. Yeah, she never wanted to talk. Now, I don't like to speak ill of the dead, but she was a little cold. Snobby, you might say. When the hurricane was coming, I told her, hey, sweetie, you can stay with me. 'Cause, you know, this place is a fortress. I got hurricane shutters, sandbags, the whole shebang. A bunker with a sauna, screening room, bowling alley. Yeah, regulation bowling alley, do you understand? Yeah, the real deal. Yeah, I told her. I got 2 months worth of beans. Yeah, all kinds of beans. Right? Black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, lima beans, soybeans, jelly beans. Yeah, I was worried, you know, because she lived all by herself. I owned the building she lived in, and I knew it was, I knew she wouldn't have beans. But she told me she'd be okay on her own. Yeah, maybe if she just stayed at my place. You know, you wonder what might have been. But she said no, she didn't even like beans.
I spoke with Frank at his home over 3-bean salad. From where we sat on an expansive back patio festooned with marble statues of dolphins, women, and dolphin women, we could see the very top of Wild Tide's Megalodon Mega Twister. It's a massive water slide, just over 100 feet tall, that shoots park visitors into the waiting jaws of a fiberglass megalodon.
Please, this park employs half the damn town easily. We added that big slide, the friggin' orcas. It's a sight to see, especially the mermaids. And Mirabelle, well, she was the most popular one. You really just never think of something happening to a girl like that in a place like this. Well, except for that time when when those kids got eaten during the alligator parade. Or the time the clowns went feral. Or that time when the old guy...
Behind us, something bumps. Hard. Against a glass wall.
don't mind her. That's cannellini. Here, girl. Come here. Come on, sweet bean.
Frank Wild, heir to the Wild Bean Company fortune, is an avowed animal lover. His home, a concrete monolith rising from the steaming marsh, includes a massive glass pyramid teeming with all sorts of aquatic marvels, including, most notably, a 6-foot albino alligator named Cannellini. He also owns a narwhal, 7 dolphins, roughly 16 flamingos, 3 tigers, 7 pythons, a wild boar, and several ostriches. Most are named after beans. Frank goes on.
I used to have a whole mess of macaws, too. But every hurricane, more of them escaped. Sometimes I still see them flying over the house. I guess they wanted to be free. Yeah, whatever that means. Anyway, she was a nice girl. Sometimes. And it's a shame what happened.
Jessa Lynn Garcia, another mermaid at Wild Tides Water Park, remembers Mirabelle a bit differently.
She was just sweet as pie. She really was. And such a pretty little thing. For a brunette. Except for the gills. She was always giving me real nice tips, about what to do with my clothes or my hair. She'd come up to me while we'd be putting our tails on and say something like, "Oh, Jessalyn, you would look so good as a blonde." Or, "Oh, Jessalyn, don't go to that Shake Shack on August 24th. I had a vision." And, she was always the second runner-up at pageants. Almost Miss Key Lime Pie. Almost the Orange Blossom Queen. Almost Ambassador to Kazakhstan. And people don't realize it, but it takes a lot of character to keep showing up after losing out over and over and over and over and over and over again. I'm proud of my titles. Always will be. I don't take the honor of being the Orange Blossom Queen 6 straight years in a row lightly, but, I admire Mirabelle, too. And she had a good heart. She'd volunteer all the time. She'd perform for the little old people down at the senior center. Sing that song from that mermaid movie, I'm in Your World, or whatever it's called. I don't know, my children only watch godly movies. But she'd sing that. She didn't have children, so maybe she didn't realize. Or a husband, which I also have, so... Oh, and she was a perfectionist. So she'd sing that same song over and over. Till she got it right. 20, 30 times. The old people would tell her she didn't have to, that she could stop at any time, but she was happy to do it. She was a natural performer.
Welcome to today's guided meditation session.
I mean,
I'm so glad you're here.
Different. Some of us are
For
more
the
into
next
the
20 minutes, I'll
artistry
be guiding
of it
you
all.
towards secret
I'm a Wild Tides water park mermaid because I
times of
believe it's
chaos.
important to provide
I
families with
invite you to
wholesome,
find a comfortable
all-ages
position,
entertainment
be
at an
it in a
affordable
chair,
price.
on the
But
floor,
others,
or on a
you
cushion.
know, they like the attention.
Be sure to sit
Not
up
that
straight.
I'm blaming
Your
her
arms
for
resting
what happened.
comfortably on your
Gosh,
lap.
no. She
Your
was a
palms
nice person.
facing
She
down.
didn't deserve that. Not at all.
If you're seated
You
in a
just
chair,
never
I
think
invite you
something
to
like
place
that would
both feet
happen in a
firmly on the
teeny
ground.
little teensy-weensy town like Mystic Bay.
If you're seated on the
I
floor,
mean, besides
or
that
on
time
a
that
cushion,
poor boy was
I
pushed
encourage
into
you
that
to position
hydraulic
yourself in
press.
such a way
Or that old man who
fully
spontaneously
grounded
combusted in the
and
Publix parking lot. But other than that, you
I'll
just
give
never
you
think
a
of
few
bad
more
stuff
seconds
happening here.
to find the
It
position
was so
that's right
sad
for
what
you.
happened to her. Of course, we all suspected Jared. He was weird. He followed her around like a
Ready?
puppy. A weird
Let's
puppy.
begin.
Mirabelle's disappearance left
can
a mark
close
on
your
the
eyes
minuscule town
or
of
just
Mystic
let your
Bay,
vision
with
gradually
search missions
soften.
hampered by
Whichever
downed
is
power
right for
lines
you.
and felled trees. As days
start
turned into
by
weeks,
focusing on
the
our
town's
dreams.
optimism began to fade.
There may
That
be other
said,
things
losing
vying
hope
for your
is
attention.
something of a custom for residents of Mystic Bay.
Smell.
For years, competing
Traffic.
theme parks, virus outbreaks, daylight savings, and a quickly shifting culture led to a
Keyboards
downturn
clicking.
in park numbers.
Hey, come on now.
down the hall.
Wild Tides is still top quality.
Hydraulic
Some of the best damn entertainment in the state. I
The
don't
hum
care what
and
anyone
drone
thinks, right?
of electrical
But the
appliances.
fact of the matter is, kids don't
If
go
a
for that
sound or
anymore.
a thought should
Yeah,
try
they'd
to
rather
pull
be
your
on their
attention
phones
away,
playing Candy
all right.
Crush or
Just
Roblox
softly
Adopt
bring
Me
your
or
focus back to your breathing.
Neil.fun than at a park with their folks. So people stop
Now,
coming.
Let's
And
breathe
then,
in for 3
of course,
counts, allowing your
that's when they
chest
found
and
her.
belly to expand fully.
or what was left of her.
What was left of Mirabelle was found by Jared Holt on
That's
November
good.
15th,
Now
2012,
hold your
3
breath
months
for 3
after
counts.
she went missing. That's his voice you heard in the 911 call at the top of the episode.
She has her tail. She,
Well done.
She has no face.
When
Release your
Shipko
breath
County Police
fully
arrived at the
with an
scene,
audible
they
sigh
discovered
for
a
6
grisly
counts.
sight.
Ready?
Mirabelle Diaz, launched in the jaws of the Megalodon Megatwister, her mermaid tail curled daintily beneath her on the ancient beast's pink fiberglass tongue.
Very good.
The park's earliest
Now,
attendees,
let's
a
do
group of
that
school
again.
children from the St. Brendan the Navigator Institute for Marine Biology,
2,
followed Jared's gaze, the park's famed
And
mermaid
hold.
staring back at them. That is, if she could have stared back.
And now gently
Jessalyn
breathe out
Garcia
through the side.
remembers the day vividly.
Oh, he was all cat and tonic when he first saw her. You know, like
Good.
he couldn't move or
One last
blink
time.
or say a single word.
Focus on the breath.
Oh, poor thing.
It feels
He just
filling
stood
your
there,
lungs.
looking
And
into
how
the
it
hole where her
feels
face
flowing
had been.
back
It was
into the
all
world.
sunk in.
There is always
pit.
stillness to be found.
No
here.
offense to Mirabelle, but you know,
The peace.
I think it was the worst I've ever seen her look. And it was the first day since the hurricane that the park was open to the public. That's what's so sad about it. November is always a slow month. The water's cold, the sun sets early. It's peak season for the flesh-eating algae that sometimes grows on the lazy river inner tubes. But we lost so much money because of the storm that we were all just so excited for the park to open back up again. And someone had just up and shoved poor little old Mirabelle into the big old shark's mouth. How's that for taking the steak right out of your popsicle?
Now, Jessalyn had a pretty good idea of who was responsible. But first,
Just quietly bring your focus back to your breathing. To your body. To your
speaking of popsicles, when's the last time you enjoyed a mouthful of fresh, home-cooked food? Between work and errands, there's never time to cook a proper meal. That's where Dinner Dash comes in. Dinner Dash is a weekly meal delivery service focused on fresh, organic ingredients with recipes chosen by real chefs. Best of all,
want you to picture
Dinner
a
Dash
script
meals
from the top of your
never
head.
expire. Using our
Follow this
secret technology, we have made eggs that last forever.
Moving
Get
your legs
20%
down
off
to
your
the body.
first Dinner
Now,
Dash
keep
weekly
going.
meal kit with code KILLER20. Dinner Dash. Meals that are eternal. Back to the case. Here's Jessalyn.
Now, the first thing you gotta understand about Mystic Bay is that it's a small town. Real small. Itty bitty. So everyone knows everyone here. I went to school with Jared and Mirabelle, worked alongside them here at the park. And Jared, well, I can say this, right, because I know him. He's probably just about the worst mascot we've ever had. The only reason he kept his job is because no one else wanted to wear the costume. And when I say he wanted to wear the costume, I mean he really
You've got mail.
really,
You've got mail.
really wanted to wear the costume. Like,
Let tension melt away.
really. Like, not in a God-honoring way.
Allow the lips to soften.
Jared Holt had dressed as Wild Tide's water park's iconic mascot, Manny the Manatee, since dropping out of Mystic Bay High School in 1999. His costume consisted of a massive suit carved of fleece and foam, complete with
You've got
flippers,
mail.
a floppy headpiece, and Manny's signature orange flip-flops. All told, the costume weighed in at a staggering 140 pounds and was said to have reached internal temperatures of up to 100 degrees, 310 Kelvin in the searing
You've got
Florida.
mail.
Past Manny the Manatees have been reported passing out from the extreme temperature, including one Manny who, in 1973, collapsed face first into a child's birthday cake, and another who, in 1985,
You've got mail. You've got mail.
became partially baked within the suit while conducting a water safety demonstration at the park's wave pool. For years, Wild Tide's water park officials could not find workers willing to put on the suit.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The hips and
Whoa,
pelvis.
change the design?
You've got
no,
mail.
No. Out of the question.
The thighs.
That Manny the Manatee suit was designed by my own daddy.
Here we go.
Wild Seed
Dream.
He had two dreams.
Crutch it.
To sell quality.
Down. Hey, come on.
You've got mail.
Beans at
Down to the
affordable
concert.
prices across the continental.
You've got mail.
Oh, y'all. Come on, let's go.
States of
Come on, I need you
America.
right here.
And to make a true
Crunch it down.
man-manatee
Hey.
hybrid, he referred to as
Come
the
on.
humanity.
Let's work out. Come
That
on.
damn suit.
Give me
That's
3
a second.
knees.
You've
Hit
got
'em up.
mail.
Got me.
3,
So no,
2,
I'd
1.
never change it. If you think the suit's too heavy or too stinky or too...
You've got mail.
Hold. 1, 2.
What have you? Well, that's a personal failing.
3. And exhale. 1.
Man up. And manatee up. Come on, change the suit? What, are you kidding me with this?
You could smell the suit